So this is a poorly made unboxing video. This is just a fair warning that this is probably gonna be really, really bad. Today I'm going to be unboxing the newest record that I had impulse bought on my way back from vacation. It's the record Quarters by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. For everyone watching this that knows me, you know I've been not able to shut up about this band for maybe the last 2 years, and I've just been slowly converting people into Giz heads every chance I can get because this band's pretty amazing and everybody needs to hear them that likes music that they would make. So for people that don't know, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is this rock band from Australia that falls like under psychedelic and garage rock. But they experiment with heavy metal, prog rock, and krautrock, and a whole bunch of other genres in there, like jazz. And they're really known for releasing a ton of albums for the short time that they have been around. They've been around since like 2012, and they've already put out their 10th album, and they're going on to their 11th very, very, very soon. It'll be dropping any time soon. Quarters is their 6th album in their discography, and it is a concept album, which the band is pretty familiar with making nowadays. I'm in your mind bus. Now I got infinity. Murder of the universe. I'm dry today. Gotta get my beverage over there. Concept is that each song is 10 minutes and 10 seconds, and there are 4 tracks on the album, and they each make up a quarter of the album, hence the name Quarters. I've always secretly ranked Quarters as my favorite Giz album. I kind of felt bad and insecure about putting the less heavier album as my favorite album, but now I'm more open to saying that Quarters is my favorite album. And because this album came out around 2014 and 2015, you know, it was really hard for me to find a special pressing copy of it because with the way, you know, Giz prints their albums, they put out a lot of limited edition pressings, or sometimes they take a while to put more pressings out, but that's just because of how they kind of put their records out. I can't really describe it, but when I saw that I could get a copy of a special pressing, I jumped on it. I bought it in a car. That's dedication, I guess, maybe. But it is a special pressing, and half the album is purple, and purple is my favorite color, yet I'm wearing blue today. So now on to the story part of this. So the hardest part of getting this record was waiting for it to come in the dreaded mail. It's the middle of summer, so by the time it could have got here, I could have been gone because I'm going to be going on a big trip soon, so I'll be out of state. And I was scared out of my mind that that thing was going to be sitting on the heat for so many hours and it would get damaged and everything. But luckily, I checked my shipping tracking one day and saw that it was coming earlier and I would be home to get it. But here's the problem. It was shipping to my mother's house because I'm going to be there before I leave for the trip. And the mailman in her neighborhood tends to come around 7:30 at night, or maybe 3 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't have consistent mail delivering times. It's really weird. But I was determined to get this record in one piece inside the house, safe, dry, not melted or anything. So I'm going to give you a visual representation of me waiting for this record and the journey I had gone through to get this record in the house. The wait was hard. My eyes were either glued to the window by the door, or I was low-budget psych rocking out on the steps to relax. couldn't even do my work. I just could not stop thinking about the fact that that album could have melted in the 90-degree heat. At one point, I was sitting on the porch step of my mom's house, just waiting for the mailman to pull up. I figured by this point that the mail was going to come around 7:30 at night. But what I didn't expect on this sunny day was the darkness starting to roll through the sky. The only thing that could possibly be going on is the Lord of Lightning himself coming to stop me from getting this record. He brought on a violent lightning storm to stop me. Luckily, I saw a little white truck pull up in front of the mailbox. And I ran out into the chaos. I was dodging lightning strike after lightning strike. It was getting nuts out there. The water was pouring everywhere. The Lord of Lightning was moving my way. He sent a crooked look at me. His electricity escaped, but I dodged every lightning strike to get to that mailman. And that mailman looked so unfazed by the chaos around him. And he's just like, "Here you go, man. Here's your parcel." He took forever to hand it to me. It was nuts. But then the storm picked up even more violent because I had this record in my hand, protected by the flimsy cardboard. But luckily, Nonagon Infinity had opened the front door and gotten me to safety. And I was saved, and I had the record in my hand. So it didn't really happen that way. I just wanted to tell a really cool story because I'm a nerd. Basically, the storm kind of died down when the mail truck got here, luckily, and I ran across the yard, obviously, because it was still raining and drizzling out. And the mailman was there, and he was just like, "Yeah, man, I got your package. Here you go, and here's, like, the rest of the mail." And I was just like, "It's gonna pick up anytime soon. Just give me this thing right now, please. Give me the record, 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 give me the record." But I finally got the record, and I ran right across the front yard again because the storm had picked up again, and cardboard is not a good protector of water, in my opinion. But I did get in the house, and everything was good. So now we're going to unbox this thing. Yeah! I kind of unboxed the record already, but I really wanted to make an unboxing video of this record so my grandchildren can know the sacredness behind all these records I have and why their grandma was this crazy loony bin listening to Pink Floyd in the corner. My records are really important to me, and I'd like to have some kind of video documentation on why the records I have are important and why I had bought them and put them in my collection for future generations that are going to own this collection after I've left the earth and passed on. Listens to Pink Floyd once. So now that I'm all set up, I'm ready to unbox this again. I actually have not put it on the turntable yet, so that's going to be a first. So here's the package. It came in with the record nestled within the package again. I have the vintage turntable from the 70s because everything's got to be vintage. Got the speakers, bigger ones down there if you're wondering before you chastise my sound system setup. They're bad, but I live. And of course, got my gator because every Giz head needs a gator companion to guide them through the Gizverse with. And, oh yeah, I have a beverage because gotta stay hydrated. I had already taken the seal off, obviously, but I'm gonna do the big reveal. Here we go. Here is the record in its plastic slip glory. Dun dun dun. So I didn't realize that the record came outside of the album. I didn't really research how this album was set up, but I was kind of shocked that the record wasn't inside the sleeve, but then I saw that this record is set up a little bit differently. So I'm gonna take the plastic out of this. Here it is. Look at it, look at it, look at it. I had to put the record back into it because I'm paranoid like that. It's got the beautiful, beautiful artwork. I really like the cover art for this album because I love the color purple, and all the shades of purple make me really happy. Maybe that's why I like this album a lot also. The reason why this album has a weird shape setup is because the sleeve is actually just one giant piece of artwork. It's so awesome. I love Jason Gallia's artwork. If you don't know who Jason Gallia is, I think that's how you pronounce his name, but he does like mainly all the artwork and videos and stuff for Giz when it comes to the visual part of their music. So yeah, this front part is just one giant art piece. You have the 4 quarters of the album, and they each correspond to one track off the album. I'm not going to get into what each track corresponds to because there's always been much debate for it, so I'm gonna skip out on that. But on the back, it's got, you know, the lyrics to the songs and the track listings and this tiny little picture of the band. It's adorable. So the reason why I love this album so much is because it's got a very chill, jazzy, oh, I folded that wrong, nature-esque vibe. The reason why I like this album a lot is because a lot of the times my favorite songs by bands usually end up being very nice ballad-like, chill songs about nature. And my favorite song by Giz is God Is in the Rhythm, which is a really flowery, nature-y song about the joys of changing seasons and how nature can be so harmonious with each other and understand the systems of how seasons work and how they all work together, if I'm explaining this right. But it's just a beautiful, lush sound that I really like. I guess because I'm a fantasy geek, I like those luscious nature type songs and, you know, all the beautiful like chill guitar riffs and instrumentations. I'm not a music critic. I don't know how to describe this in the best way, but that track just really stood out to me over all of their material. So here's the record itself inside of its main sleeve. It's got the album artwork on the inside circles, and here's the best part. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my god. Purple's my favorite color, so I had to buy my favorite Giz record with purple splattered all over it. Oh, look at this thing. Oh my gosh. It looks pretty good. Doesn't look warped or anything. I know there have been some warping issues with some of the records, but I think it looks pretty good. I think it's gonna play well. Unfortunately, you can't listen to me play this record because copyright, but I'm going to still put it on the turntable and celebrate the fact that I have quarters on vinyl now. But it's gonna be my disaster. So this is a poorly made unboxing video, just a fair warning.